Hey guys, so in this tutorial I am going to talk about tuple in Python. So this is going to be short since we don't have a lot of things going on for tuple. So the first thing I'm gonna do is that we are gonna talk about how to create a tuple using the parenthesis or using the tuple constructor. And then we are gonna go through concatenating two tuples, and then we're going to talk about how tuples are ordered, unchangeable, and allow duplicates. And after that, we're just gonna talk about how we can access, unpack, or slice tuple. And at the end of the tutorial, we are gonna go through some of these built-in methods. So let's get started. So the first, so this cell here. If we run this, this cell basically creates this tuple fruits. And here the way to create a tuple is using the parenthesis and then including elements within the parenthesis. And you can have any types of elements. For example, you can have int, you can have float, you can have some function. So if I were to write a function, let's say if I do add to value, and then so this is a function. So if I also write that function here, you could see that these are all these all can be used as elements for a tuple. And one other way to create tuple is using the tuple constructor, like I have mentioned up here. So similar to this, I can also do. Actually, I can just do it here. Oh, so when we use constructor, we need to put that inside a square bracket, because what this tuple constructor expects is an iterable. So so by providing this within the square bracket, we are providing a list in a way which is an iterable. So and now if we execute it, it should run through. So yeah. Now if I just run it again, we could see that this ran correctly. So not just for tuple, and all other constructor that we have, for example set or list or dict, all these constructors, they accept an iterable. For example, here, if I do this should give an error, because it says list expected at most one argument. So here we should put that within a square bracket. So as you can see, all these constructor, they expects an iterable. All right, going back to the topic of tuple. So now let's say how are we let's say if we want to concatenate two tuples. So we have one here. Let's say we have other tuple. Let's say we have this tuple countries, and then the name of the country USA, and then RSA, and then I would do, I don't know, UK, some countries, right? So this is also a tuple. So if I look at it, it's a tuple. So now I want to concatenate these two. So if I do fruits plus countries, you could see that all the elements from fruits gets added to the elements from countries. So these two are, by concatenating these two, we kind of like create a new tuple. And when I run this, it's a new tuple that includes all the elements from both of these tuples. Okay. All right. So So now I want to talk about how tuples are ordered. So if you look at the first one, if you look at the fruits tuple, and if I print it, you could see how tuple is similar to list in so many ways, because it's actually ordered and it's ordered based on the index. So if I were to try to get the first value, I would use the index of 0 within the square bracket, and that should return apple like it did here. And if I were to get the last item, similar to what we did in the list tutorial, I will put a link of the list tutorial up in the side. But yeah, so if going back to the topic here, if I were to get the last item here, you could see that that's a function, and we could get that using the -1. And we can also get every other ones. Well, not every other ones. It's the reverse list. But if we were to get the negative every other ones, we could do it this way. That way we are skipping banana and then strawberry and then cherry, and we just get every other items here. Okay, so that's accessing tuples, and then unpacking tuple values. So this one is kind of interesting. Alright, so let's just write the whole thing. So we have all the items for this tuple, and what if I want to unpack these, right? So how many items do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's say we wanna have the first and last item here. So what I would do here is that I would say first, and I want to do something like this, and then last. And if I do fruits, that should... Okay, so it says too many values to unpack. So what we want to do is that we want to do something like this. That way we only get the first one and the last one, and everything in between gets covered by this underscore. So this underscore is not really a thing, I think. Oh, it is a thing. Okay, so everything between the first one and the last one gets assigned to underscore here, since we have this start sign. And the first one gets assigned to first, and the last one gets assigned to last. So this is something interesting, and it's a way to unpack the values from tuple. Now let's say, what if I want to get the second item, and then what if I want to get the second item, and in that case I would do something like this. That way the second item would be assigned to this second, and the last item would be assigned to this last, and the first and everything between second and the last would be assigned to the underscore. Actually, it would be assigned to underscore, because underscore would be assigned second. This underscore would be assigned second, and this one would be assigned first. So let's take a look. So now second, if I do second is banana, and then if I do underscore is, yeah, like I said, underscore would be cherry, strawberry, red cherry, and then 1 and 2. So it's not assigned to apple like here it suggests. It's assigned to anything between second and the last. Okay, so that's kind of pretty much everything we have. Oh yes, a couple of more things. So similar to other collection data types, we can use these um, built-in operator and methods with tuple. So for example, let's say I want to find if apple exists within fruits. So I'll do apple in fruits. That should return true, and it did. And then if I want to get the length of all the items exist in fruits, I could do something like this. That would return 9. Right, and then let's say I want to get the index of this cherry here, or this cherry. Actually, we have 2 cherries, which is great to understand this method index. So if I do fruits the dot index, and let's say I want to find where in the index cherry exists, where in the what's the index of the cherry value. So when I execute that, we get output as 2. So that is the first time when cherry appeared in the tuple, which is in second index. And so even though we have this other cherry here exists, the index method only returns the first time when the object or when the element shows up in the tuple. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much it. And count. So one more thing, the count method. So count method returns how many times certain value appears in the tuple. So if we were to use count on cherry, we should get 2 as an output, and if we were to get count with apple, we should get 1 output, because apple only exists 1 time, and where cherry exists twice in the fruits tuple. Okay, so that's pretty much what I have for tuple. If I am missing out some other things about tuple, maybe I will create a new tutorial, but for today, that's what I have. Thank you guys, and we'll catch up in the next tutorial. Thanks. Bye.